Hey guys, so I just wanted to give you a brief little makeup tutorial for more of an everyday look, and then I have some exciting other makeup tutorials coming soon, so definitely stay up with my new blog, which I'm really excited to launch. So I've been wanting to do it for a while, and I thought, well, what's better time than now? So let's go ahead and get started. So I've already prepped my face with all of my normal everyday products, which I use Synergen's products for my face upkeep. I use an anti-wrinkle, and then I also use a vitamin C serum every day. And then on top of that, I use their Normal to Dry for the daily lotion. So that's my face cream that I use as the Normal to Dry, and I've already prepped my face with that. So let's get started. I'm going to use our foundation in Tan. So I like to use a mixed brush. It gives me a little bit more of an airbrush flawless application versus a very caked on application, and you'll be able to see that in the final shots. As you can see, I'm more doing a circle movement. That'll also help you buff more of an airbrush look. Don't forget to get underneath your chin and down your neck and blend it into your décolleté. If I'm doing more of an everyday look, I'll apply my foundation first. But if I'm doing more of a going out and a heavier eye, I do like to do my eye first and then finalize with my foundation and baking and going in through the contouring of my face, just because if I'm doing a heavier eye on the eyeshadow, I don't want to get any of that dust on my freshly foundationed face. Alright, so foundation is on. We're going to go into eyes now, and then I will finish with contouring and everything on my face as well. So I just got back from the NYX Face Awards, and we got these awesome swag bags filled with NYX makeup. So I'm actually going to be using their palettes. This is the one I'll be using, and this is the Perfect Filter in the Golden Hour, and then the other one I'm going to be using is in the Perfect Filter line as well. Sorry, my ring light is kind of blurring off. There we go. And this is Rustic Antique. Let me open the other one again so you don't get the ring light. This one I've used quite a bit already. I also love this gold as a highlighter. It gives you a very dewy, more of a dewy highlight. Very sun-kissed as well. Alright, so I'm going to start with my base color. I'm going to go ahead and go in with this more kind of like champagne color. I load up my brush quite a bit, and I'm using more of a larger brush. This is Max Brush, the 215. Just getting the whole eye. I like to get a little bit in the corner of my eye to brighten in there. And then I'm gonna go with a slightly deeper color just to give me a little bit of an in-between of this lighter color and then what I'll go in for my crease. Sorry, got a hair in my eye. So I'm gonna go in on the same palette and I'm gonna use this kind of pinky blush color. I'm gonna mix it a little bit with this kind of coppery orange. Go kind of in that middle area to blend in where your crease is. Ooh, this is gonna be a nice little copper. I haven't used this palette yet. That copper is very strong. My favorite part of fall makeup is definitely the copper tones because it definitely complements blue eyes. I'm gonna go back in with that lighter color that we used and just kind of melt those lines just a little bit more. You can see. Don't mind my lashes. I actually get them filled in the morning and I can't wait. I went a week longer than what I normally go so they'd be fresh for Vegas and Jamaica, but it was real rough last week. So now I'm gonna go in same palette with this more like dark chocolate and this more like a brunette, or not brunette, more of like a burgundy for my crease. Using a pointed brush. This is actually a super old brush that I've had for years. I believe it's from Mary Kay. Going in with that darker color first. That more chocolate one right through the crease. So I follow my crease line, and I take it out to the edge of my eye, and then I sweep down to give me that little bit of a cat eye. So you can already see it's giving me some definition. So again, following through my crease. And then angling it down to give me some depth in that far outside corner of my eye. You can see it a little bit better up close. Now going in with that burgundy color. And just kind of softening the color. This burgundy is giving it a really nice rich tone. On that first palette that we showed, this is, use this kind of a champagne, pinky champagne color, and that one's on the golden hour. And I'm just going over my whole eye. It's also the brush that I used with the more copper color, so it's gonna pick up a little bit of that too and just gonna help matte and melt all of the colors together. All right, so I'm pretty happy with what we have going for right now. I'm gonna go in with my eyeliner. Again, one of the ones we got from the NYX goodie bags. This is That's the Point, and it is TTPE01. I actually used this one for the first time yesterday, and it's a kind of almost like a marker, but it has a nice defined point. So I'm going to start on the outside of my eye and I'm going to sweep in. I don't like to go all the way around my eye for a more everyday look. I do like it to be thicker and go smaller. That way it opens my eye and it brings more attention to that, more the length of like a cat eye. So see how it's already made this eye a lot more defined versus the no liner. Got a little bit of liner in there. Touch the top. I'm gonna just use my crease brush and melt it out a little bit. And then same with the bottom lashes. I like to go thicker on the outside of the eye, and I don't like to go all the way across. I like it to be about halfway through. So see how much more open my eyes look from now than versus the first, when we first started. So for the rest of my face, I do like to do a brightness effect underneath my eye. So I go through and I just add a little bit of a brighter. This is our Shadow Sense for SeneGence products. I carry it at the salon. And this is Sandstone Pearl. It's going to give me some brightness underneath my eyes. And then in the corners, I'm going to do a little bit of Candlelight. It has a little bit more of a peach base, and it takes away any dark circles that you get. So see, it just kind of gave me a little bit more brightness underneath my eyes. So for brows too, I have my eyebrows microbladed, so I don't fill them in nearly as much as what I used to. And I, again, Shadow Sense, I like our Garnet. It's the deeper brown, and I can remember when I first started filling my eyebrows in before I got them microbladed, I'd be like, don't touch them. I'd be afraid to get them wet or afraid to sweat the gym and wipe my face. And I'd have an eyebrow across my hand or on my shirt from using my shirt to wipe my face off. So the best thing about our Shadow Sense is that it's actually waterproof. So even before I had my eyebrows microbladed, I could swim, and I get out of the pool or the lake and they look exactly the same. So I absolutely love that about this Shadow Sense product. So I do like a little bit deeper brow towards the end of my brow. So I just kind of fill that in just a little bit, and I do a nice solid fullness underneath. The good thing about this Shadow Sense product is I just pop the wand out. It does have a applicator, but all I need is just that little bit out, so I can just grab some of the product off of the little end of the applicator Just kind of fan that up, so just gave me a little bit of a more dramatic eyebrow. One place I do like drama in my life is in my brows. So that's all I do now for my eyebrows. The Garnet is also an amazing eyeliner. And I just use a angled eyeliner brush. And this is the MAC 266 brush. Alright, so let's talk some contour. I like to use, from Morphe brushes, the Morphe E8 brush. And it's a little bit more of a isolated bristle versus a very full brush like what I would use for my powder or bronzer. As you can see the two, this is a MAC 150, so you can see the size difference in the two. So it's gonna look dark to start, but I go back through with some finishing powder and it helps to melt it all together. For my blush brush, again it's a MAC brush and it's the 113. I'm using a very mauve blush mixed with a very kind of hot pink blush and just kind of hit the apples of my cheeks. Just kind of warm them up. Put a little bit of that contour on the side of my nose. And then I am absolutely obsessed with MAC's Global Glow. It is a bronzer that is like shimmery with some gold, iridescent. I'm addicted. So I hit that kind of through my cheekbone area. And then I hit this along the top of my forehead line, and then I hit underneath, and then I follow it down and just kind of give myself a little bit of a bronze. So at this point I'm just going to go through and use the extra color to help to start to soften. And then that finishing powder that I was telling you about is the MAC Prep and Prime CC. It'll focus. There we go. And it is the color correcting loose powder. It's just a yellow powder. So this is also what I bake with. I use a actual foundation brush to load up, and this is the MAC 190. You can see I put quite a bit. In a second, oh look how amazing my nails look. My mom just did them. So we'll let that sit, and then this is the highlighter that I'm going to use today. It's MAC as well. It's a soft and gentle. Has a very iridescent pinky tone. I use a Morphe E12 brush for my highlighter. Just load it up. I'm gonna go right under where I baked and just hit the top of my cheekbone. Go down the bridge of my nose and then hit the very tip. Hit the top of your lip. And just a little bit on top of what I have baking on my chin. Now I'm going to go back with my large powder brush. Again, this was the MAC brush 150. And then just kind of brush that all through. And then I'm going to go with my Intense New gold eyeshadow for a little bit of an extra highlight pop. I'm just going to use my ring finger. Just hit right there. You can see, watch. Quick swipe along the bridge of my nose, tap the tip of my nose. And that's what I do just about every morning for more of my everyday look. Nothing too crazy, but I am a little bit of a makeup addict, so I probably wear more than what some people do for their everyday. So last but not least, I would finish off my look with lip scents, depending on what I wear. But it is officially 9:45 at night, so I'm not gonna put lip scents on. That way I don't have to rub it off and go through a full makeup regimen take off this evening, other than just taking off what I just applied. So we're gonna pretend like I have some crazy lips on. Let me see, I actually have some just MAC lipstick I'll put on. Oh, here's my pure obsession with MAC lipstick, Lovelorn. It really makes me think of our new one in Lip Sense, Goddess. Goddess or even Sassy Z. So here is our finished look. I'll go ahead and take some after pictures and post them with this video as well. Thank you so much for watching my very first makeup tutorial, and I will be catching you guys soon. Have a great evening.